Well, 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 would you look at this? Look at this. It's like I have an actual setup now. Can you believe it? I don't. I'm trying to do a little bit of some changes onto the channel, how I do things on this channel, how I make my videos. As you know, you probably can tell that I've never really settled down into a specific video style that I like. And now I think what I want to try to do, what I want to experiment with going forward with this channel are videos like this, videos with a topic, maybe I even have a script, but I'm talking to you in a format like this. More heavily scripted videos might have more images that you're used to, but more off the cuff ramblings will be a bit like this. Like, I have an actual studio is the illusion I'm trying to build here. You have the mandatory drink in a mug on top of a coaster. Look at that! I even have coasters. That's the budget I have for this show. And I have a little Optimus Prime here, so I can remember my roots, as it were. Right? No matter what topic we're talking about, you always remember that you can't take this guy too seriously because he used to be a Transformers YouTuber, or is a Transformers YouTuber. I have a computer like all the cool guys that have studios in their YouTube videos do. The only difference is this is a Chromebook. If you look closely enough, there's the Chromebook logo. So obviously I'm not doing anything on this. You can clearly see that I have a notebook right here, and this Chromebook is just holding up my actual notebook with the notes I want to use to talk about what I want to talk about. So it looks like, it's a studio, but at the same time it's obvious that I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. Hey, what's up everybody? Commander Radix here, bringing you another video. And, if I sound a little bit weird, I'm just coming back from a fever. So, if I sound funny to you, perish. There's a phenomena that I've noticed. And that is, whenever, let's say, for example, a DC movie comes out, or a DC TV show comes out, people look at the TV show or the movie, let's say it's a Batman movie, and they're judging the actor who plays Bruce Wayne, right? And every time there's a new Batman movie with a new Bruce Wayne actor, all the news articles are like, what's up with this new actor? Can he really be Bruce Wayne? Can Ben Affleck really be Bruce Wayne? Can, Cedric Diggory. Not Cedric Diggory. Is that his name in Harry Potter? What is his name? Channing Tatum. His name's definitely not Channing Tatum. I don't know celebrity names. I'm going to warn you right here, although it might be too late to warn you. Alexa, who plays Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter?
Cedric Diggory is played by Robert Pattinson in the 2005 film Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Would you like to hear a Harry Potter riddle?
No. She just asked me if I wanted to hear a Harry Potter riddle. Why? Yeah, it's Robert Pattinson, that's his name. Could he really be a Bruce Wayne? Let's compare it to the comics. Let's go back to the source material. When the MCU is doing something different, all the sources are looking, all the news reports and all the fan top comments are about, let's look at the source material. Does this really reflect the source material? It's okay if they change things up, but let's always have the source material as the standard to compare it upon, right? And there are some Marvel MCU video essays about there, like how hell isn't hell, how they're very different from their comic counterparts, always comparing it, not necessarily as a bad thing, but that's always in the back of the minds of a Marvel or DC fan. How does this adaptation or new incarnation of these characters compare to the original? The original is always the gold standard, as it were. There's this big idea of comic accuracy in comic fandoms like that. And I've noticed that that's something that doesn't exist in the Transformers fandom, in the Transformers sphere. Actually, on the other hand, on the Transformers sphere, I've seen more of something that I'm going to call G1 fatigue. That is, whenever something Transformers comes out, you'll always get comments on the forums about, I'm just so tired of G1. I wish Hasbro would stop giving us things that are based on G1. And I'm thinking about that. I'm like, if the DC or Marvel Comics fans said, I really wish they stopped giving us characters that have some semblance of connections to their original characters, man. And I see comments like this on things that are not G1 related. For example, Cyberverse and Earthspark. I see comments talking about how, oh, this is too G1-y for me. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? Like, at what point is your definition of G1 just Transformers in general? Now, I have said this multiple times on this channel, multiple times everywhere, that I don't care about the toys. All Transformers discussion I'm doing here is not toy related because that's not what interests me. If you think that Hasbro is creating too many G1 type characters, sure, maybe that's true. I don't keep up with the toys, I cannot comment on that. And yes, you can make the argument that maybe the comics have been way too G1 focused. I can see that argument as well. But I take issue with people... I don't care, I'm just trying to make a YouTube video. But I take issue with people commenting on things like Cyberverse and Earthspark or any other video game or any other Transformers content that's not strictly G1 and saying that it's G1. Saying that the designs are too G1 based maybe and that they need to go forth and expand more or whatever. And there are a few reasons why this argument is stupid. And why I don't understand the idea of G1 fatigue, at least when it comes to the fiction. The big issue is one that's not G1. Right, I would not consider Cyberverse or Earthspark to be G1. They're obviously doing their own thing, they're obviously rebooted, and maybe, yeah, they pay homage to the original G1 designs, but that doesn't mean that they're a G1 characters, G1 story, right? So that's the first thing that I raise my eyebrow to when I see, oh, I'm tired of G1 stuff. Which begs the question, what is G1? And this is where... G1 is a social construct. Now, what do you mean by that, Commander Radix? What I mean is, when Transformers first started out, G1 was not a subheading for Transformers. Generation 1 wasn't the subheading for it. It became sort of retroactively applied as time went on to compare it to technically the Beast era, but really, when you look at that, the Beast era is G1. It's part of the G1 mythos, right? We don't really get things that aren't G1 until Robots in Disguise, arguably, but even then in Japan it's G1, and there were some conceptual connections to G1. Really, you can't... There isn't a non-G1 thing until Transformers Armada shows up, right? And here's what really confuses me as someone who comes to Transformers from IDW. Well, I don't come to it from IDW, but when you say Transformers, I think of IDW in my head. When you say you're tired of G1, do you mean like blocky people? Because again, I'm not seeing blocky people really in Cyberverse or Earthspark. But anyway, here's the thing. In IDW basically says that anything Transformers can be G1. So the idea that there's a distinct G1 feel at this point in time kind of doesn't... Maybe it did in the past, but at this point in time, anything can be G1. When you're saying you're tired of G1-based designs, you're basically saying you're tired of designs. I'm tired of Transformers content. Which, if that was what you were trying to say, then I might agree with you there. But that's another video in and of itself. IDW throws a lot of characters and character designs into G1, right? What we would consider G1. Armada Hotshot, in a few different bodies, shows up in the IDW universe. Transformers Prime Bulkhead is a key player in Transformers Primacy. The Aligned Universe's Strong Arm shows up. Bumblebee gets his own new body that is the same design as his Cyberverse body. So even bodies of different characters can be G1 characters, right? Animated Lugnut shows up. It confuses me when people say they're tired of G1, when to me G1 just is Transformers, right? There isn't really a... G1 is the base Transformers and everything else is sort of grown out from there. Now, are you saying that you wish, like, wow, I really wish Megatron was drastically different, where he was green and had antlers, except that's already been done. But something as drastic as that? Is that what you're saying? Do we want to go back to, I guess, the Transformers Cybertron philosophy of creating completely different bodies for these old characters? which even then, Transformers Cyberverse bodies aren't, Transformers Cybertron bodies aren't really that different from a G1 body, are they? Maybe character-wise it's different, but the principles of designs that go into these Cybertron bodies look very similar to the same principle of design in G1 bodies. And here's the bottom line. I actually like to see G1 designs, you know, more faithful G1 designs, maybe with a more modern flair, right? Because G1 is proven, it's good, it's classic, it's adaptable, which is what Transformers is always supposed to be about, right? You can bring it in a lot of different contexts, you can take designs from other series and put them in G1 with barely any change. Ultimately, why I like G1 when characters are based off of G1 counterparts is because G1 can easily be used to create something new. And I know that sounds weird because when so many people say they're tired of G1 stuff, and that's because they think G1's old and it's repeated all the time. Again, I don't really understand where they're coming from. But if you have G1, you have something that can be used to create something new because it's so adaptable. It is the source material from which you are supposed to draw on as a creator. Yes, you can get drastically different with things, but I really think that for Transformers to be Transformers, there has to be some sort of margin of similarity. G1 can be used to spark new things. It was used to spark the Beast era, which is one of the most unique time periods of Transformers continuity, Transformers content, and it's still part of G1. Japanese G1 is fantastic, it has all these new ideas, all these interesting characters designs, and it is still G1. The IDW comics, again, played around with a lot of interesting ideas, basically rebuilt a universe from scratch, but it's still considered to be G1. So I guess that's the bottom line of why I don't understand G1 fatigue, because G1, by its very nature, can be used to create completely new ideas. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. I know I wasn't the most clear-brained on how I was talking today. I don't have a script, I just have some random notes here. It's been a while since I've recorded a video as well. I went on a bit of a hiatus for personal reasons. This video is basically just to get me back into the habit of making videos again, while also testing out my new setup. Am I recording the audio? I'm always paranoid when my monitor goes off. Anyway, so if this video isn't up to snuff, please forgive me. We'll do better in the future. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing. It would really help the channel out. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Check out my social media links that are in the description, including my Twitter and my Discord. And have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.